Welcome back to Fall in the Field Water Quality Testing. We're collecting a sample for our nitrate test right now. So first it says to rinse this container out 2 times. And then the directions say to fill to the bottom line right there. That will be 5 milliliters. Nice and clear without any mud. That looks perfect. Now that we collected our sample of water from Hyatt Lake, it's time to test it for nitrates. First, I need to put my safety gear on. So, the first step is to add Nitrate 1 tablet to the solution. Okay, and it needs to be topped and says to mix until it disintegrates. So, still can see it. Almost there. Looks good. The next step is to add nitrate tablet number 2. Should have opened it first. Okay, and put the top on. Shake, shake, shake. Ooh, this one's blue. Okay, it's disintegrated. Now we have to wait 3 minutes. Start your timer. All right, it's been 3 minutes. Now it's time to put it in our AquaView slide and try to find the shade that matches. So it looks like it matches the shade. That means it is 15 parts per million nitrates. Now go to your data sheet and write down those results. 15 parts per million nitrates, and then read about nitrates and where they come from. Now that you read about nitrates, let's talk a little bit more. So nitrates are nitrogen and oxygen put together. Nitrogen is necessary for all types of life, but high levels of nitrates can be dangerous to health. High levels of nitrates are really good for plants because plants need nitrates to grow. But when lots and lots of aquatic plants and algae grow in water that's high in nitrates, they eventually break down, and this causes oxygen to be used up, which animals need to breathe. So it could be lower in oxygen. Now, where do nitrates come from? Some possible sources are animal waste, such as birds and fish, or septic tanks, or a frequent source is runoff from farms because farms use nitrates to have their plants grow, but this can lead to nitrates in the water. So what do our results tell us? We got 15 parts per million of nitrates. The drinking water standard is less than 10 parts per million, and ideal for freshwater aquatic life is 5 parts per million or less. So what does 15 parts per million mean? Now go to your data sheet and write down where you think the nitrates came from in Hyatt Lake and what those results mean.